Today we're going to be visiting the Magic Kingdom, talking about a little bit of Ozzy Osbourne and Randy Rhoads history today. Very excited to time travel with you guys and go back to the early 80s where rock royalty visited this place and actually used some of the photographs in one of their later albums. This is going to be a ton of fun. Hi everybody and welcome to the World of Micah. Today we're going to be talking about Ozzy Osbourne and Randy Rhoads, some Walt Disney World history, and we're going to be visiting the spot where Randy Rhoads unfortunately passed away in a tragic plane accident. You're going to get to tag along with me. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, let's take a closer look. So first, let's talk about why Ozzy and Randy Rhoads and the rest of the band were here. Well, they were on the Blizzard of Oz tour in 1981. September 9th, they played in Tampa, and they ended their dates in Florida on September 13th in Daytona, Florida. Now, while the band was here in Central Florida, they decided to visit the most magical place on earth, Magic Kingdom. And while they were here, the band decided to do some sort of a photo shoot. Several photos were taken around this park. Now you gotta think, 1981, there was only the Magic Kingdom park. Epcot had not opened yet, Disney's Hollywood Studios, nor Disney's Animal Kingdom were here. So Ozzy and the band were here taking a photo shoot in this park. I'm gonna find all the photos that they took. Some of these photos ended up on the tribute album that Ozzy would later release after Randy Rhoads had passed away. Now the first photo we're gonna match up took place right here at the Main Street train station steps. The guys were sitting right there. You see the 2 train sign is legit right as you walk into the park. And they were seated here. Isn't that crazy? Promotional photo between Ozzy and his band right here. Millions of people used to walk up these steps. They still have it blocked off right now. The railroad station's not open yet from the refurb, but this photo was taken right there. Now this to me always makes me laugh. Look at Ozzy in the front there. It's a rather empty park back in these days, unlike today. It's extremely busy out here, but the guys were standing right in front of Cinderella Castle here. A lot has changed since this year, 1981. My gosh. What I like to do is look at the ground where they were standing. The line can be seen right there to the left of Ozzy, looking at Ozzy. And looking at the walkway, the path leading up to the castle, all of that has changed too. All of this has had a complete makeover, as you can see. And the next 2 photographs we're matching up are inside Tomorrowland, near Space Mountain. I can imagine Ozzy getting on Space Mountain. Next photo you can see right up there to the left, Space Mountain in the distance, the People Mover right there, and the planner to the right of my thumb. They were right here in this area. Isn't that cool? No Joffreys back then. There used to be a planter right over here that they have since removed with a flagpole. That flagpole and everything is kind of where the Joffreys is in a way. But that's it right there in front of Space Mountain. So this next photo is actually in the exit of Space Mountain, and they've changed it quite a bit since back in 1981. I'm gonna try and match it up the best I can. Alright, so you can see the guys walking down. This was the moving platform back in the day, and they've changed it. considerably since they redid Space Mountain, but I'm going to show you where it was. Right here in this hall. It's changed quite a bit, like I said, but this is where the guys were walking towards the camera after they had just gotten off Space Mountain. Pretty cool, right? All right, legit walked through the exit of Space Mountain for that photo. Bunch of people exiting, and I finally got a break. Anything for the video. Anything for the Ozman and Randy Rhoads. Well, now I have one more photo to match up right outside of the gates of Magic Kingdom, and then we're heading to Leesburg, Florida, and time traveling to the year 1982. And the last photo we're taking right here was this was on the back of the tribute album that Ozzy put out after the passing of Randy Rhoads. You see the four guys sitting there on a Walt Disney World bench. You see the monorail platform behind them. In the waterway there. And I believe it was taken right over here. A lot has changed, a lot is updated, but monorail platform's still there. The fencing is still here. And Dano's here.
Hi.
I'm doing some Ozzy Osbourne history. Yeah.
I would have never expected
It
that.
just randomly threw Dano in here. The Dano channel, guys. Check him out.
Nice to meet you finally.
Yeah, you too, man. But I believe this is where this was taken. Could be mistaken. My other thought is that it was taken right over here next to this boat dock. And they just completely changed this whole area. Because the monorail platform's here too. It's kind of hard to really tell, but it was taken in this general area. And you can see a little dock right above Ozzy's head there, and a monorail platform, so it could have been right here. And this could have been the fence just extended and redone. Lots of spots. If you guys think you know exactly where it was taken, comment, because I'd love to actually know. This one really racked my brain. I knew it was taken in this area, but so much has changed. It's hard to pinpoint in almost 50 years. So just talked to a security guard, and he said actually all of this area had completely changed right over here next to the dock and the monorail platform, which I totally believe, because looking at this photograph once again, you can see people walking behind the area, but the fencing and everything still looks the same. And the bench they were sitting on is similar to this one. The one they were sitting on is a little more old school. Definitely has changed since the photograph. As you can see, used to be a little armrest. Those are not on these benches out here in the front. But I did my best matching this up. Give me at least some credit. All right, heading to my car now. Gotta head over to Leesburg, Florida, and time travel to March of 1982. And where we are going is where Ozzy and the band were on their way to start the Diary of a Madman tour. Made it to Leesburg. And the area I'm heading to I know is like private property. So I gotta be kind of careful doing this, but others have done this in the past. I'm not going to touch too deep into this subject. But March 19th, 1982, Ozzy and the band were heading down to Central Florida from Knoxville, Tennessee, where they played the night before. This was during the Diary of a Madman tour in March of 1982. And they stopped off at this small airport here in Leesburg, Florida, to get something fixed on the tour bus. And while they were getting it fixed, Randy hopped aboard the plane with the driver, and it crashed. And this is where Randy Rhoads was ultimately killed in the plane crash. We're gonna head over to the house that the plane hit after it clipped the tour bus. It's pretty wild to think. Ozzy and the gang were heading over to, at the time, was the Tangerine Bowl, which is now Camping World Stadium. It's had several names in the past, but they were heading to play at the Tangerine Bowl in Orlando. I'm gonna get as close as I can to the house that the plane crashed into. This house belonged to a gentleman by the name of John Calhoun. You guys can do research on him. Plenty of information out there about this guy. But like I said, other people have done this video. I just wanted to tie this in because these are two visits that Randy had to the Central Florida area within 2 years of each other. Ozzy and the band in a tour bus early in the morning, driving through this area here. Back in 1982. And the ironic thing about all of this was Randy was actually afraid to fly. He did not like airplanes. But he wanted to get some photographs to send back to his mom of the countryside. So getting back there was a no trespassing sign, keep out. So I won't be able to go that way. Gonna have to figure out another plan to see the house. All right, I think I figured out exactly how to get over to where we can see it from a distance, because the airport is right over here to the left. And we should be able to see the mansion, John Calhoun's mansion, where it happened here in a little bit. So I'm going to show you guys this really quick first, because I don't know how this is going to really work out. But this is from the wreck when the plane crashed into this house. This was it. And then right over here, I can't go in there, it says private property. And you can see this is the tour bus sign right there. And I'm gonna get out and go right over here because I can see the house in the distance. Right over there. That's where it happened. Holy mess. That's it. John Calhoun's house right there, where Randy Rhodes passed away. This is about as close as I can get. All this is it's private property. A lot of keep out signs. This road is public. I can do this road. I'm gonna drive down and see if I can get closer, but this is the entrance here, which is interesting because Ozzy and the gang stopped here to get their tour bus worked on, and there's a tour bus right there on the sign. Just gonna drive down here, see if I can get a better shot. There it is. That's the house that the plane crashed into early that morning. In the description box down below, I'm going to put a link to the news coverage. You guys can check that out for yourselves. And you'll see that house. Not much to really see. You know, there's no plaque. There's no tribute. You know, I'm sure it's a tough subject. You know, I mean, they probably get a lot of people figuring out where this is and driving down here, and, you know, it's sad. He was way too young, full of talent. If you're a fan of music in general, you've heard of Randy Rhodes, and obviously you know who Ozzy Osbourne is. But it's just mind-blowing to me that all of this happened, you know, in Central Florida, not too far from where I live. Rock royalty. But we came, we saw, we took care of business here today, discussing some Ozzy Osbourne and Randy Rhoads history at Walt Disney World, and some Central Florida history, some rock and roll history. If you enjoyed this type of episode, please click the thumbs up button, comment down below, let me know. I plan on doing some other episodes kind of along the lines of this. Orlando's definitely had their fair share of people visiting, and there's definitely some history here. But our adventure for today has come to an end. We took care of business. I'll see you guys on the next adventure. Till then, Stay weird. Goodbye.